Honorary Wiradjuri Elder Kevin Cameron has a passion for the Indigenous heritage of this area, and his knowledge is highly regarded. Their daughter, Rose Wybrow, herself a Wiradjuri Elder, interviewed Kevin and Edna Cameron in early 2017.
Gwambana Mum and Gwambana Gi Wiradjuri Nuumbang. Welcome to Wiradjuri country, and this is my mother, Edna Cameron, and she's a Wiradjuri Elder, and my name is Rose Wybrow and I am a Wiradjuri Elder also. And Mum, can I ask you some questions?
Go ahead.
So Mum, when you was younger, I know that you come from Griffith and you grew up there because you was born there.
Yes, so was you.
So was I. So Mum, what was it like when you was growing up?
It was easy. Easy, free. We was free because we all lived together like one big family. There was the Murrays, there was the Bamblets. Bamblets was the biggest ones because that's my family, my mum's family. And there was the Simpsons, the Johnsons, and then you go over the river, over the channel. We're not river people, we're channel people. We come from the channel. And to go to the river to fish for fresh fish, we had to go 21 miles out to Darlington Point. And that's where we all started from. Not all of us, but my people comes from Brungle. My mother was born in Brungle, and they went to Cowra Mission, and then they travelled down to Darlington Point. From Cowra to Darlington Point with the awesome Salkies and their big family, my grandmother and grandfather. And from there, I met Kevin, that's my husband.
How old was you when you married Dad?
I was 16 and a half.
And you got married in the Baptist church in
Yes,
Griffith?
yes,
And then you had your first child?
in Griffith. And then I had you in Griffith.
Yeah. So you had, there was Cheryl, me, and you had 6 children at the time.
But I didn't have any more in Griffith until I had my first 2 in Griffith and my last 2 in Griffith, because I had 9 children altogether. But in between Rose and Cheryl, we left. We moved away. We moved to...
We moved around a lot, didn't we, Mum?
yes, we went to Gilgandra.
Yeah.
That's where Kevin's people comes from. And we moved up there with his people. And he got on the railway, and we just drifted around from them until we come here.
Then we ended up moving to Cowra, didn't we, Mum?
Yes, yeah.
We lived on
Cowra.
near Arambi Mission,
Yes.
so we was there for a while.
Yes, we was there for a few years. Yeah. That's when I had the rest of my children there.
Yeah, you had the 6 children
Yeah,
by then.
16.
Yeah, because me and Cheryl, being the eldest,
The eldest.
we went to the school in town.
Yes, for a
and
while. Yeah.
You walked a long way
Yes.
to take us to school,
Yes.
because sometimes we wasn't allowed to go in town, was we? You know, being Aboriginal.
Yeah.
And I remember I would have been about 5. And then we had our own preschool
Yeah,
with
on
the
the
Aboriginal
mission.
workers there.
Yeah.
On the mission. Yeah. And the mission is still there today.
Yes.
So yeah, I've got a lot of good memories of that too. You know,
Yeah.
growing up with the all our cousins and stuff
Yes,
like that.
it was all our people, you know, all Wiradjuri people.
So and then we end up coming to Albury because
73.
1973 we've been here.
Mm.
So we was I think
Yeah,
we was the first
of this generation of Aboriginals.
children to attend public school.
Yeah,
here in
public
Albury.
schools. Kevin was the first Aboriginal man to work on the council,
Yeah,
and high school, primary schools,
yeah.
and it was so good. And we was the first ones to get a housing commission
Brand spanking new,
Yeah.
and it had a toilet. Thank you. Lord.
inside.
Yeah. We had the dunny at the back and the the guys would come on the truck in the early hours of the morning.
That was in Cowra.
And when we lived in Lavington then, Vickers Road, had a little house there that Dad paid rent for $8 a week.
Yes.
You know, and then we walked to Hume Public School, we come over the hill and hardly any houses there. So we go straight across the paddock to come down Dale Crescent, down to the Hume Public School.
Yep.
Yeah. You know, and this was a good place. It was a good place to live. It still is now, but now you got all the drugs and all that. But
we missed our people, because we was on our own, and we wanted to meet our people. And we finally did. There was a family, the Dolphins. They come from here, but they wasn't Aboriginal. They was white people, like white. But he went up to Queensland and he married an Aboriginal girl, and he brought her back, her and their family. And that's who we met, was the Dolphins. Grace and Kevin Dolphin.
Yeah. There was another family here first, Pastor Grant and his wife and his
but we didn't,
2 daughters.
We didn't see them
didn't see him for a while.
No, we didn't see them for a while. So we didn't know they was here, because they didn't really associate with us. Well, he wasn't the pastor then, was he? He was just the worker.
Yeah. So, yeah, we didn't see many Aboriginal people, you know. I didn't even know I was Aboriginal till I was about 10. You know, kids at school used to bully us. They used to call me a coon and that. I'm only 10, I'm thinking, coon? Coon? And I'm trying to figure it out, why are they calling me a coon? So I went home and said, Mum, these kids are picking on me, they're calling me a coon. I said, do I look like a piece of cheese with holes in it? And Mum goes, Rose, you're Aboriginal. Oh, I'm Aboriginal. Wow. Went back to school and I said, hey, you listen here, you're the coon because you're yellow and you got holes in yourself. And I said, I'm Aboriginal. Like that. And Mum always said to us, you know, sticks and stones may break my bones, but names will never hurt me. So I always said that to him. But since I was 10 and knew that I was Aboriginal, no, that was it. And I wanted to learn more and more. So I was very proud of it, you know, at the age of 10. Yeah, because I think that's about the time you get that understanding, like who you are.
Yeah, because
we didn't learn
it. We didn't learn it in schools.
We wasn't allowed to.
No. We didn't learn nothing about our Aboriginality. All we was natives.
Flora and fauna.
And we didn't know what natives were. We didn't know we was natives. We didn't know we was Aboriginal.
Yeah.
Because our old people was too frightened to tell us because of the welfare.
Yeah, because we still, right up to 1978.
Yeah, coming into the houses.
The welfare was still watching us.
Yeah.
I was in high school, you know, I was 15.
Yes.
Walking to school and here's the welfare sitting around the corner. I'm thinking, please, you know.
What would they be watching for?
Just watching us. See if we're nice and clean, see if our hair was brushed, just making sure we're going to school. We've got school clothes on. So, yeah, it was a big thing, you know. The welfare used to come around,
a big thing.
Around the home. And
especially on missions.
Yeah.
They was bad on missions. And right up to when I had Cindy, 69, when I had my last 2 babies, I went back to Griffith. We moved back to Griffith, and I was sitting at my cousin's place, and she had a lot of kids. She had a lot of family, a big family. And in come this woman, this white woman, and she looked around and she said, this is what you do with this. And she grabbed the broom and she said, this is how you do it. And she was doing that to my cousin, and she grabbed her and she said, now do this. Put it in her hands, and she tried to make a sweep. And then she grabbed the dishcloth and she said, and this is what this is for, to scrub the table. And I was that embarrassed for my my cousin that I had to walk outside because she had a terrible lot of little kids. And it just, you know, it was a downhearted thing because I've never seen anything like that before. Never. But one day it did happen to us. That same woman, we was living in town in a private place, and she knocked on our door. My kids were getting ready for school, and she walked in and Kevin said to her, he said, "Who are you?" She said, "I'm the welfare woman." He said, "Well, what do you want with us?" He said, "We're living in a private house, and we live in," he said, "I work." He said, "I bring my money in." He said, "My kids go to school." She said, "Oh, well," she said, "what do they eat?" He said, "Well, there it is there." He said, "You can see what they eat." There was
Dad had a steak, didn't he?
sausages and eggs,
Yeah.
and you kids had cereal.
Mm.
And
Isn't this the one that
yes.
Dad picked her up by the throat and threw her out the door?
No, he pushed her at the door.
Oh, well,
She
I would
said
have done
something.
that.
She said, something else, and it come to Kevin because I was that upset then, and I was really upset
I think they was
because
always
I remembered that lady from my cousin's place, and I was that upset. But Kevin, he pushed her at the door. He pushed her at the door, and he said, "Don't ever come around my place." He said, "We live in," and we always lived like that, you know. We was always clean. My grandparents was very clean. All the people that lived around us, the Murrays, they was all clean. We was clean people. And they had no rights to come around us and hound us like dogs. But that's what they reckon we were.
But all they wanted, Mum, they wanted to take us away.
Yeah,
They wanted to take us away and put us into
yeah,
homes.
Did you know of people where that happened?
yes, yes.
My great-grandmother and Auntie Loma. Hey, she was in Warren
No,
East,
no,
wasn't she in there?
no. Auntie Elma,
Yeah, Auntie Elma.
my auntie, that's
Yeah.
my uncle's wife, and she married my uncle. She was at Warren-Gaster, and she had her first baby out there, and it was terrible, you know.
Nanny Violet.
No,
Wasn't
Nanny
she-
no, they come from up Brungle. They lived up there.
But Nanny Violet was in Cootamundra Girls' Home.
Yeah, she was in Cootamundra,
Yeah,
in the girls' homes.
as Mum's dad's
Yeah, mother.
mother.
That's my grandmother.
Yeah.
My grandmother that was living, that was in Cootamundra, she was the daughter of that woman that was his daughter. That Hamilton knew.
Yeah,
That was my great-grandfather, great-great-grandfather.
So Hamilton Hume,
yeah.
Grandfather.
Yes, that was all a hush-hush, wasn't it?
Yeah, because you didn't speak in them days about a white man living with a black woman.
Yeah, so, yeah.
And that was my great-grandmother. Her name was
Granny Sal.
Sal. We just call him Granny Sal. And she married a Babu Fred. That was his name. We called him Babu because that's grandfather, Babu. And he married Granny Sal. That was Hamilton Hume's daughter. And they had my grandmother and,
Your father,
yeah,
Peter Bolger. So, yeah. And with Babu Fred, great-great-great-grandfather.
yeah, he married Granny Sal.
Yeah, he married Granny Sal. He was a black tracker. He was
Yeah.
sitting,
He was a warrior,
Yeah.
Rotary warrior.
yeah. So he was a black tracker, and he used to work for the police. So he would go into the Blue Mountains there.
Yeah,
So he'd track them down, the convicts.
yeah,
And then one day, him and his little boy, they were sitting, they was fishing there before the Sydney Upper Bridge was being built. This lad come along, on a horse, and he said, "Do you know who I am?" And Babu went, "No, am I supposed to?" He goes, "Well, just as well you don't know me." He goes, "I'm Ned Kelly." like this, and he was going to shoot him. But yeah, Babu Fred, he could speak the language,
Yeah,
the
they
Wiradjuri
could speak
language.
the language, but even my
Yeah.
grandmother.
Yeah,
See,
fluently.
that was,
They could speak.
Babu Fred was my great-grandfather.
Mm.
And he was my great-grandfather, and Hamilton Hume was my great-great-great-grandfather, something like that.
Uncle Stan Grant is my uncle. That's Dad's sister's husband.
Yeah.
And he does the language, and we've been learning the language.
Yeah,
So I teach it now. So yeah, we're keeping it alive because we've got to keep. If we don't use our language, we're going to lose it.
we didn't know nothing until we went to TAFE and we started learning ourselves.
Yeah, and that was it.
Yeah.
You know, because back then I'm thinking trees are very important. I always teach that.
That's
you know,
very important to us, the trees.
And I tell the kids, you know,
trees.
and then-
And the river.
you've got to respect the
Yes.
land and the rivers. 'Cause
Yeah, and fire.
the rivers and the land, they respect you. So everything is important to us. Everything. That's what I say. And living on the country.
You always
hey,
felt that thing was there. You know, you always
there.
felt it there. Something was higher than, and it was always there, but we didn't know what it was.
Yeah, until we learnt about
Yeah,
it.
we had to learn.
And then going back to TAFE, because I never learnt nothing at school. I hated school
Mm.
because the teachers picked on us, you know,
Yeah,
threw the duster at you, picked in your hair all day just to say that you got
Yeah.
lice. We had
Yeah.
to go home, or they'd hit us, bully us. Teachers were doing this, abusing us. And, you know, I never learnt nothing about my people.
no.
I learned how to draw a stick man. That was history class. I was
Yeah.
going, oh,
Well,
I didn't
we-
even know what that was.
All
I
we
didn't know
learned,
about Aboriginals and all that. You know, I didn't know. 'Cause I
was
just
Captain Cook
yeah, Captain Cook.
come on
all
a big
about that.
boat, and he gave us a bit of red rag.
That's
on
all
the
I learned
people.
about too. Yeah,
And that's-
Captain Cook.
that's it.
Captain Cook and,
And
a
our
stick man.
people, our old people, they was too frightened to say anything about what we was and where we come from, and we knew then when we got older, because they was frightened of the welfare coming taken. That's why we used to move from town to town,
Mm.
so they wouldn't
Take us away
take us away.
because you know
Yeah.
they're your children and you just hang on to them. I do that for I got 6 grandchildren. I got 1 little great grandson. You know, I teach them young. I tell them about everything.
Yeah, but
about
we
our
got
people,
yeah,
our culture.
we've got rights now.
We've got rights.
We got rights. We didn't
Yeah.
have nothing years ago. We had no rights. The police could come and walk into your house and throw the blankets off you and tell you to get outside.
Mm.
We had no rights. We had to do what they was told. You know, what they told us.
What about when I was born? Hey, 1965. I belonged to the government until I was 2 years old.
So did I.
I didn't belong to my parents. I belonged to the government.
Yeah, so did I.
Mm.
We wasn't made
19
citizens till
Yep.
67.
1967.
That was on Carra Mission. We was living on Carra Mission.
And it's what you learn as you get older and you really appreciate life,
Yeah,
where you live, what you got, you know, and the land. And we're not greedy people. Us Aboriginal people, we're not greedy.
yeah.
We share, you know, because we love sharing and we love people. We love all cultures. And yeah, so I like teaching the language. So, and I'm going to get out there and do it. Like, the thing I was saying before, I hated school and I never learnt nothing. I learnt 2 words ever in school, homogenised and pasteurised.
Yeah.
Still don't know what it means. But that's the 2 biggest words I ever. By the time I was 14 and a half,
Mm.
I came home and I said, Mum, principal called me in today. Oh, what have you done now? I went, no, nothing. Said, they asked me to leave. I said, yes. I said, quick, Mum, sign the note there. I'm going. I've had it with them. Never learnt nothing. Mm.
Mm.
And then I was 45. Went back to TAFE. I went, yeah, I'm going back there. I'm going to learn my language. Learned it straight away. So I said, but that's me. I could learn the language. That's what was missing from me,
Yeah.
in my heart. It was my language. So I just get out there and teach it.
Eh?
So that's what was missing there, the language. Very proud, Wiradjuri language.